またここからが。
All of his co-workers were gone.
とりあえず上司の部屋まで戻りましょう。
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
上司の部
simply
屋ま
missed
で
a
戻り
memo.
ましょうか。結構あれはね、お話自体が結構難しいかもしれない
Stanley
な。
came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
字幕ちゃんと読んでるんだけど、理解するまでに時間かかる。
Yet there was not a single person here.
英語の文を日本語に翻訳してるものだから、なんか言葉遣いが難しくてさ、理解にすごく時間かかってしまう。お話が難しく感じるな。じゃあちょっと、さっきのマインドコントロール行ってみようか。
He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind pages.
なんかセリフ変わってるこれ。
Desperately just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
何やってんだ私。何やってんだ私。じゃあちょっとマインドコントロール気になるから言ってみよう。なんだマインドコントロールって。お、ボタンが一つ。押していいのかな。は？モニター画面で埋め尽くされた巨大な部屋。すごいね、モニターの数。何これ。何が映るって言うんですか。一体何が。なんだこれ本当に。モニター。お？
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
全員監視されてるってこと？私、スタンリーが427番だったよね。あ、427以上にいるんだ。すっげえ。ちょっと待って、427見てみよう。427。どこだ？ここだ。これね。ああ、すっごい。全部監視カメラついてるんだ。従業員監視してるんだね。なんか今、ゾッとしたわ、これ。見た瞬間。これは？
This mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
こんなもの真実なはずがない。
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
マインドコントロールされたからこそ、あんな単調な作業でも幸せに感じてたのかなっていう話。
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
ヒートアップしてまいりました、ナレーション。
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
あ、でも確かにおかしいもんね。キーボードのボタンを押すだけの仕事なんてさ、それ楽しいなっつって。
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
なんだこれ。
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad.
マインドコントロールステータス、オフライン。
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
どうやって壊すんだろう。マインドコントロール、アイドル、アウェイティングインプット。システムパワー。
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
ごめんなさい、今普通にノータイムでオン押しちゃったわ。
Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than
やべえ、
that.
お説教されて
I'm
る。
afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency
爆破
detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
嘘でしょ、そんななんかバイオハザードみたいなことあんの？
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
2分。
Ah, now this is making things a little more
2 分
fun,
で
isn't
爆
it,
破するっ
Stanley?
て。
It's
核
your
爆弾。
time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's
ちょっ
desire.
とどうにかして解
Oh,
除しよ
this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere
ピンクの
moments
2
until the
って書いてあ
bomb
る。
goes off. But what
ピン
precious
クの2。
moments each one of them
多分
is.
なんかボタン押す
More
んだ。
time to talk about you, about me.
これ
Where
ボタンとか
we
押せんのか
going?
これ。
What all this means, I barely know where to start.
押せるっぽいな。
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
やべえ、わからん。
A moment of
わからん。
silence before you're obliterated? All right.
これなんかどうしようもない
You're gonna die
気がするな、
anyway.
これ。
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
は
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
何言ってんだこいつ。
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be
もう
even
ナレー
better.
ション
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds.
時間追加
Time doesn't grow on trees.
いや、いいよ、もう。早く終わらせて、こ
Dear
れ。
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where
め
you're
っちゃ
going
怒
or
ってん
what
だけ
you're
ど。
supposed to be doing right
ナ
now?
レーション。
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in
め
this
ちゃくちゃ
room was
切れとる
capable
が。
of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button,
読まれてる。
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you
めちゃめちゃ
think that,
怒ってない
Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're
あ、
only
もうど
still
うしようもないん
playing
だ。
instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a
5番
challenge. It's a tragedy.
5番さっきあったぞ。
You wanted to
5
control
番のボ
this
タンあ
world,
ったよな。
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it
ここだっ
first,
け
so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
これ4番
30
だ。
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be
あー、
laughing at
もう
every
どうしようも
second
ないわ、
of
こ
your
れ。
inevitable life
もう
from
無
the
理っぽい
moment
な。
you fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
ああ、爆発した。爆発落ちなんて最低。嘘でしょ。じゃああれ、オンじゃねえや、オフにしてみるかい？マインドコントロール。
All of his co-
じゃあ、オフ押してみますよ。真っ暗になっちゃった。お
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
終わったんですか？
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
勝ったのよ、私た
Unshackled
ち。
himself from someone else's command.
そう、
Freedom
シャ
was
ッターが。
mere moments away.
シャッターが開きそう。
Yet, Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
確かに全然謎が
Where
解き明かさ
had
れて
his
ない。
co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
まあでもそれはナレーションが
What
消したん
mysteries
じゃ
did
ない
this
のか。
strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized
す
none of
ご
this
い、
mattered
空が
to
綺
him.
麗だな。
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
外に出れるの
but
か。
happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
お、すごい。
or
外出れそう、
how to
本当に。
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
うわ、すげえ
That was
綺麗だ
all
な
he。needed to know. It was perhaps
外の世界
the
は
only
広かったん
thing
や。
worth knowing.
会社の外は広かったん
Stanley
や。
stepped through the open door.
めっちゃ綺麗じゃん。
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
ハッピーエンド
The
これ。
feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the new
やったね、スタ
path
ンリ
before
ー。
him.
ここから何でもできるよ、
This
もう。
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
ハッピーハッピーで埋め尽くされてるこれ。レストインピースいけるか。これハッピーエンドハッピーエンドなの今の。どっちハッピ
How
ー
wonderful. Stanley was alone.
セリフ変わってない
Finally. This is great, he thought to himself.
セリフ変わ
This
って
is
る。
what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
手に入れた。誰一人いないぜ。やったぜ。自由だ。俺は自由だ。もう誰一人いないぞ。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
なんか
he
セリ
entered
フ
the door on his left.
微妙に変わったよな。変わってたよな、今、セリフ。でもどうなんだろう。進行自体は一緒なのかな。じゃあパスワード打ってみるか。上司の部屋で。
Once again stunned to discover not an indication of
じゃあ
any
打ちますね。
human life.
2845。
What could it? Stanley was in such a rush to get out of the story as quickly as possible. He didn't even have a single minute to just let
ごめん
the
なさい。
narrator talk.
怒ってる
That
な
kind。of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
ちょっと怒ってるじゃん、ナレーション。ナレーター怒り始めたわ。ごめんね、早く進めちゃって。ちょっと気が早すぎた
Feeling
?2845。
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
あ、でも開くのはやっぱこれなんだ。開くのここなんだ。じゃあ別にこれあれか。あ、なるほどね。もう自分で2845を打とうが打たまいが生かされる運命だったんだ。マインドコントロール施設に。
Two
じゃ
open
あ
doors, he entered the door on his left.
左と右あるけど、じゃあここ従わない右行ってみます。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
あ、無理や
admire.
り軌道修正してきたね。
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the
なるほど、
detour
休
after
憩室みたい
all,
な
just to
感じ
spend
か
a。few moments here in this immaculate but eager to get back to business.
ごめんなさい。
Stanley took the first open door on his
最初の
left.
左のドアを入りましたって言ってるけど、まっすぐ行かせていただきます。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
怒ってるな。なんでお前今まで仕事やれてたんだよ、つって。乗るよ、これ。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
ほう
foot、here.
出花をくじかれた。
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
これさ、
But
落
the
ちないの
fact
かな
is that the story has been about nothing but you
ワンチャン落ちそうだけ
all
ど。
this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
ごめんなさい。
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
今
Why,
自然と
I
さ、
don't
こ
know
う、
how to convince you of this, but
この
I
下に
really
降りれる
do
のかなと
want
思っ
to
てさ
help you, to show you something beautiful.
ごめんなさい。
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
はい。
Give me a chance.
この一番下の倉庫みたいなところに降りれるのかなと思って降りたら、ここに来ちゃった。まあいいか。デンジャーって書いてますけども。